So today we are going to mount a spare tire. So if you would like links to the products that we use in this video, step-by-step instructions, and so many other things that you could have access to, just go to our website at www.befreebenson.com. And just in case you forget what the website is, you can go to the description, click in the link below, and it'll take you right to our website. So let's get at it.
So we're trying to do a mock-up of where we're going to put the spare tire. This is our main stud running down through the wall before we get too far over, too far back, or too far forward. So we really want to have the tire centered on this with the holder that we'll put on, but then we also need a foot underneath to support the tire. So what we were originally thinking was we would just create a little angled piece that we brought out like this that will bolt up into the floor joist going across. However, there is no floor joist where this stud is. Well, there is, but you can't get to it because of the way the front tongue is. So what we've come up with is straddling on either side of these, either side of this stud. So there's a little bit of a lip on the outside of this, so we think that if we put an additional piece in up underneath here to make it even, then what we can do is we can bolt the foot coming out on either side equal distance from the stud, and it will be enough to actually be a good foot for the spare tire. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and screw in some pieces up underneath to make this even, and then we're going to screw in our angle pieces. We will also have to remove these stickers, so we'll probably need to use the heat gun to get these stickers off because you don't want the stickers on there. I'm kind of measuring over to the front edge of this, thinking I can't go any further out than that. That's as far as I can go.
That's as far away as you can go?
Yeah, that's as far as towards the front as I can go. We want it to be under the tire, you know what I mean? So see what that one is right there. So,
not bad, not bad.
All right, so as we're getting ready to put the spare tire holder on, because we have a foot, we want to make sure that the tires are aired up to where we want them to be aired up when we put it on. Because if we don't, what'll happen is, if we put it on and it's only got 25 pounds of pressure, it sits lower, then we fill it up to the amount, it could push down on the foot too much. So this one right now I think is at 33, we want it to be at 35, so I'm just gonna pump it till it gets to 35. So what we're doing is we are trying to get the spare tire holder, which is this, to offset about 1/2 inch out. If we use a wheel spacer, it's 1 1/4 inches, it's too much. And we don't want the spare tire schmucked up against the wall, so we're trying to do a little finagling. Also, with the new bolt pattern, the spare tire holder doesn't line up exactly. So what we need to do is we're going to try to modify a piece of aluminum that we have to offset so that it will actually hold in the right position. So come along for this ride and let's see if it works. Let's put that bolt, you got that bolt by chance? Stick that bolt in there. And then
we're lining this up to see where we need to do the second hole in it.
all right,
there you go. That's it.
So now we're going to drill that. And we're going to show you how we finagle it. Yes, finagle. We are going to connect this square bolt through. Then we are going to put on the nut, having the nut offset us by approximately 1/2 inch. Actually, I won't do it just yet. Then I also want to, this one's going to be offset by, let's see how much. Actually, let me tighten it up a little bit more. it will need a spacer.
Okay.
Let me drill it out a little bit further so we can make it more square. Actually, if I do it like that, it's going to be offset a little bit, but it'll should still work good. Now we need the other nuts.
There's not as much to
Grab onto.
Yeah. Especially when you're just getting started with your hand.
Now what we need to do is make sure that this is straight with the stud, because remember the stud is where that bolt is. See that little bolt?
Mm-hmm.
So we just need to make sure we're basically straight up and down right now. And then we can...
It's hard to see, but we took the Sharpie and we reached through the tire to trace out where the top corners of that frame piece is going to be. So now we're going to take it off the tire and line it up, see where the screw holes need to go.
Like I'm just doing this so you can kind of...
Yeah, that'll give us a good idea.
All right. All right. All right, so now I'm going to drill a couple of very small pilot holes. We are putting some pieces of wood, 5/8 inch decking, which happens to fit real well with these studs, in behind where the spare tire is going to come through. We drilled our pilot holes. We're going to put these in place using some angled brackets. You can see the wood lined up. We're going to put these brackets on here and down at the bottom to keep that steady. We're going to drill in on either side. We're going to put our brackets across here. We should be in good shape. All right, so these were our initial pilot holes, and what we found is they were a little too far to the towards the nose. So we were, before we made a big hole, we were able to move over and make the bigger hole. So what we'll do is these will all be covered in with butyl tape anyway behind the actual bracket, but I wanted to explain why you see extra holes there, and that's why, you know, measure twice, drill, cut once. We thought we had it lined up exactly, and when we looked on the inside, we didn't, so we had to adjust that. So what we've done now is we've got our holes drilled. We've got butyl tape that's going to seal everything. It will also seal any additional holes that we had, and we're going to line it up with the screw holes that are there.
Okay.
All right, and then we're going to line that up.
Nice. All right.
Alright, so now what we will do is go inside and we will snug those up on the inside.
So for part of this, we're gonna have to wait for the actual walls to be in place to finalize everything. But for now, we really want the outside to get a good seal and go ahead and get stick and the weatherproofing from the butyl tape. So we're putting on the brackets with a little bit of a temporary solution. There's just no wall in place yet right now, but we're gonna go ahead and tighten it all up to get everything secure from the outside to make sure we're not getting any leaks.
So we've tightened it up. You can see our butyl tape has squeezed out and we've got seals. Typically what I use to remove butyl tape is just a plastic butter knife, but I don't have a plastic butter knife right now, so I'm just going to use this plastic scraper. And basically what I'm going to do is just gently kind of go down that edge and just basically score it down the edge. And again, this doesn't work quite as good as a butter knife. And then just peel it back up. And this one is not nearly as nice as a butter knife. So what I'm going to do is, after I'm done with this little edge right there,
You're gonna go out and buy me a butter knife?
I'm going to go out and get a butter knife before I finish that, because I like to have a nice clean edge on that, and that's not really doing the clean edge the way I'd like it. So, and with these places right here, I'm just going to push that butyl tape back in there, and that'll be hidden. You won't see that from behind the spare tire. But this stuff around the edge, I will. Actually, that one's about
About pinched off on his own.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait though and do it with the butter knife because I like it to be clean. All right, now that we got everything secure inside, we should be able to put the wheel on. So we're gonna try to line this up. Eventually put some diamond plate or something down there on the bottom. There was a couple challenges to this job, one being that we didn't have the interior walls in when we started. We wanted to make sure that we had everything set up. Also the foot, we thought we could tap into a joist going across the bottom, but one did not exist in the right spot. So we had to do a few workarounds, but I think that what we did turned out really well, and it will definitely be solid. It's sandwiched through the wood, it's sandwiched around a stud, sandwiched on the plywood on the inside, as well as having the foot. We might add a little piece of diamond plate or something to the foot to make it a little bit more decorative down the road. But how do you feel the project went?
I think it went pretty great. Like each piece, you know, the foot went together a lot faster than we thought, even though it was different than we thought. Kevin came up with a way to adapt the spoke pattern to be able to secure it pretty well.
For more videos like this, click on the videos on the screen or go to our channel and click on one of our playlists. Also, for a complete description of everything used here, you can go to our website, BeFreeBenson.com. And if you found value in this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe. And as always, doing things yourself, stepping out of the box, trying something new allows you to be free. See you in the next video.